For unknown reasons, the 24-year-old was walking on the expressway. He tried to cross through traffic in the westbound lanes when he was struck by a dump truck.
Sir? Are we live action, T? Let's get it.
Dwayne,
Yeah.
what you think? This
is awesome. Going to college here.
You going to college here?
Play action again. Haskins puts down the brakes, taking a shot to Dixon. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Dwayne Haskins Jr., born May 3rd, 1997, died April 9th, 2022. Today's feature is a player many call one of the biggest busts of all time in the NFL. JaMarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, previous Stunted Growth feature Johnny Manziel, Mark Sanchez, RG3 and Dwayne Haskins are names usually synonymous to a draft pick's least favorite word, bust. A lot of the blame for Haskins not becoming what he was expected to when Washington made him a first-round pick, 15th overall, and third quarterback taken was because of the poor decisions he made as a football player and a person, and it's eventually what took his life just a few days ago. For whatever reason, he was walking on the I-95 highway in South Florida near Fort Lauderdale Airport at 6:37 in the morning. A highway with the speed limit of 70 miles per hour before he was hit by a dump truck of all things and died from his injuries instantly. A sad day for his family and the sports world, especially the Pittsburg Steelers, who made him their third-string quarterback January 2021 after he flamed out with the Washington football team and released a day after a Week 16 loss, not even making it 2 full seasons as a first-round pick with the team that drafted him. Haskins has been criticized seemingly since day one of entering the league for not taking his job as serious as he was expected to, and also not having what it took mentally and discipline-wise to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, or to even have a quarterback job at the highest level of football at all, seeing that there's only 32 starting jobs at that level in the entire world. Haskins was selected in the first of 7 rounds and expected to compete right away for a starting quarterback job after just 2 playing seasons at Ohio State, where in his final year he finished 3rd in Heisman voting. I still remember watching his draft video where he laughed at the Giants taking Daniel Jones ahead of him and vowed he would exact revenge on the league, stating the league done messed up. That wouldn't exactly age well, as Jones threw for 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 3,000 yards as a rookie, comparable to Aaron Rodgers' first starting season. Of course, I know he's nowhere near Aaron Rodgers, but still with the same team that took him and still a chance to make good on his top 10 first-round selection. Sadly, Haskins' life was cut short before he could redeem himself of the poor play and poor decisions made since entering the league. Rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. Here are 3 reasons his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth. Let's get it, man. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Dwayne Haskins was a 6'4", 230-pound quarterback from Highland Park, New Jersey that moved to Potomac, Washington in the 9th grade. Since a young child, he knew he wanted to be a football player, and at just 10 years old, he even knew what college program he wanted to attend. By his senior year, he was ranked the 62nd overall player and a top 5 pro-style quarterback in the country. Originally slated to attend Maryland, he decided to go with Ohio State as his college choice because of Maryland's coach being fired. The signing fulfilled a prophecy he made as a kid when visiting the program, and from there, Haskins became a star. After redshirting his first year and being a backup in the second, playing in 8 games with 0 starts and throwing for 565 yards, 0 touchdowns, and an interception, he set his sophomore playing year ablaze, capturing the single-season record for passing yards at Ohio State and the record for touchdowns, which was also a Big Ten record with 4,831 yards and 50 touchdowns. He threw just 8 interceptions and solidified himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the 2019 NFL Draft. Stunt number 1, wrong team, wrong person. There were many knocks on Haskins after he chose to forego his final 2 years at Ohio State to enter the NFL Draft, where he was taken 15th overall by Washington, and some were fair, like him not having enough time at quarterback, playing just one season as the starter at State. Yes, he had a great year, but it was also on a team that has always been known to have some of the best talent in college football, especially at receiver. Playing quarterback at Ohio State means receivers can usually bail you out with their speed and talent, as Ohio State is still a very coveted school for high-level prospects across the board. Haskins did have a big arm, but he was also still very flawed and a raw talent that needed time to develop before putting him into the fire. Washington couldn't have been the worst team to take him. First off, the head coach of the team reportedly didn't even want to select Haskins at all and would only play him if Case Keenum and Colt McCoy couldn't go. Haskins could sense that, and I can only imagine what that must have felt like as a high draft pick expected to be a franchise quarterback. One that's highly confident, some say even narcissistic, which I don't hold against him because that confidence is exactly what you need to be the face of an NFL team or even the league one day. Haskins' development was still processing, so best case scenario would have been him holding a clipboard an entire season and learning how to be a pro and the speed of the game and pockets where he could utilize his talents most. The reason he fell in the draft was just that. Teams knew he wasn't a guy that could come right in and perform. Because ownership wanted some buzz around the team, they threw Haskins almost immediately into the fire, starting 7 of the 9 games he played, throwing 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He wasn't ready, his coach didn't support him, and ownership made the wrong move, pushing him out there too soon, and it laid the groundwork for a bust player, and I'm sure took a lot of his confidence away. Stunt number 2, immaturity.
Haskins has got to be disciplined. He's as undisciplined on the field as he is off the field.
It's not what you want your starting quarterback to be.
Couple those things with Haskins being one of the most immature football players I've seen in recent time. Yes, Johnny Manziel makes him hold his bear, but Dwayne did have his fair share of maturity lapses that directly affected his game and favor with teams. Instead of focusing on getting on the right track and showing, like he said, the league done messed up, he'd do things like go to a strip club after a loss with no mask in the pandemic and see no issue with it. He'll take selfies with fans while the game is still going on and his team needs him for one last snap, all to celebrate his first career win. Completely unaware of the situation and scrutiny he'd face. All distractions that could have been avoided. As a rookie, he threw for 7 touchdowns and 7 interceptions for 1,365 yards and a quarterback rating of 28. Year 2, his team upset the Eagles week 1, but went on to lose 5 straight, one in particular to the Ravens. They lost, but Dwayne Haskins still seemed happy as he paraded his stats that game to anyone that'll listen. He was demoted a few days later to 3rd-string quarterback, and names circulated around the league in trade rumors that he caught wind of, and I think further affected his confidence and want to play for Washington. He's been fined by the team for breaking COVID protocols by going to the strip club after a loss at that, without a mask. He's been seen on his cell phone during warm-ups as he lackadaisically threw passes. After a Week 16 loss, he was released by the team that took him little over a year prior, mainly because they didn't see development in his maturity and felt he couldn't lead an NFL team.
Makes me mad. One day you're going to find yourself sitting on the couch, you're going to be in your mid-20s, late 20s, and you're going to regret not doing what you needed to do.
Stunt number 3, life cut short.
Now to the shocking death of NFL quarterback Dwayne Haskins. Died when a truck hit him as he was walking on a Florida highway.
And finally, the ultimate stunt in the growth of a once promising quarterback just before his 25th birthday was Dwayne Haskins' life being cut short April 9, 2022 without him having a real shot at redeeming himself. After being released by Washington, he signed with the Steelers to fight for a backup role behind Ben Roethlisberger. He was beat out by Mason Rudolph and named the third-string quarterback, only suiting up for one game during the 2021 season. He signed a restricted free agent deal for 1 year with the Steelers March 2022. At around 6:30 a.m. April 9th, Haskins was trying to cross Interstate 595's westbound lanes near Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport in Broward County when he was struck by a dump truck. Highway Patrol said he seemed to just be either walking or trying to cross the interstate before he was hit. He was in Florida training for the upcoming season with the Steelers. Yes, Haskins had a rocky start to his NFL career, but at just 24, about to be 25, he still could have turned his career around with a little growth and maturity that comes with age. With Ben Roethlisberger looking to retire soon, a starting spot could have potentially be his, but that's something, sadly, the world will never know. All in all, it seems since college, all the wrong things began to happen for Haskins, as if being drafted to the league was the worst thing that could have happened to him. He had a real shot at being whatever his heart desired. Unfortunately, he wasn't ready when opportunity arose, and before he could get another chance, his life was taken on accident. Rest in peace to Dwayne Haskins.